Evening, and we are in Elk Country tonight for the Fox 9 Game of the Week. Steve Linsmeyer with you here on the Fox 9 YouTube channel. Glad to have you along with us, and should be an interesting matchup. Elk River taking on Brainerd. For Brainerd and off. Kick it away. Boot. And it's going to take inside the end. Turn it up 10. Up 20-yard line. Ball out there to 20. That's what we're going to see. Offense for the first time. Sorry, we're dealing with some technical difficulty here. I can't hear myself, so we're trying to work through some things right now. But here's Ty Nelson, the Brainerd Warriors, for offensive possession of this game. And he's going to hand it off to Barnum straight up the middle, and Barnum sheds a tackle and breaks the free across the 25 and out near the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 on first down for Jaden Barnum. He ran for 134 yards last week in the 42-14 win over Matamidi for the Brainerd Warriors. They are 1-0, as is Elk River. Both teams are unbeaten right now. And now Ty Nelson, the quarterback for Brainerd, stands alone out of the shotgun, and Barnum motions into the backfield. It's going to be a straight quarterback run to the right. Nelson ahead across the 35 and upended short of the 40. It's a first down run for Brainerd, and they'll move the sticks for the first time. And this is going to be the key here for Brainerd, and whether or not they can sustain something on offense, because Elk River is going to score. Jason Free talked about it during our Game Time MN live pregame show. The fact that Elk River rarely gets shut out. And here's first and 10. Nelson fakes left, spins right, and out on the edge. He's going to take off and run, takes a hit across the 40, and out near the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 for Nelson on first down, and that's going to be key as well, staying in front of the sticks. That is going to be key in keeping drives going. We are early in the first quarter. Steve Linsmeyer with you tonight from Elk River High School. The Elk River Elks, the Brainerd Warriors, both teams 1-0, and Brainerd, of course, came from behind in the fourth quarter and stunned the Elks a year ago, but this is a much different Elk River team than Brainerd saw a year ago. And here's a handoff to Barnum straight up the middle, and nearly breaks a tackle but gets wrestled down at midfield. It's going to be a gain of about 7 for Barnum, but had he busted free of that tackle, he would have had a whole lot of room to run. And Brainerd's going to have it at the midfield stripe, first and 10, the clock ticking towards the 10-minute mark in what could be a very fast-paced game here tonight. And it's going to be first and 10 for Brainerd. Shotgun formation for Ty Nelson. The senior quarterback ran for 97 yards last week, and he runs right here and tries to spin free, but not much there. He is brought down by Carson Clefman. Carson Clefman led the way for Elk River last week with 9 tackles, including 1 tackle for a loss. So he certainly is a guy to watch out for. That is the man that wears number 0, just a sophomore for Elk River, but led the way tackle last week in the champs. First time swings it out, catches May across the 45 and down right near the 44. It'll be a catch by Perkinoff. He had 1 catch last week, 15 yards, second of the season right there, and it's going to be down about 4 here. Brainerd. So a big chance here for Elk River to get off the field. The game clock ticking away to 8:45 in the opening quarter. With wide receivers to the right side of the formation. Nelson with Jaden Barnum flanked to his right. Takes the snap. Looking right. Cleft in pursuit. Here's a pass floated down the right side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Isaac Vanek. Coverage was tight. Liam Marsh provided it and walked that thin line between a defensive pass interference and perfectly played defense. And now it's going to be 4th and 4. And it looks like Brainerd is going to punt. Aiden Carranza. Carranza does the punting for Brainerd. Nobody back right now for Elk River, so they're not entirely convinced Brainerd's going to punt it here. And a low snap, but here's a high arcing punt to the near side corner, and that's going to land out of bounds wide of the 5-yard line. So the officials are going to play everybody's favorite game of geometry. And the near side official literally put his shoulders up and his hands out in a shrug formation. Wasn't sure where that one should go. And they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. So we are going to see this high-powered offense for Elk River for the first time. That power T we've heard all about this week. Quarterback Levi Harris, 1 for 2 through the air, 27 yards and a touchdown a week ago. Also carried it 9 times for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Their tight ends are essentially extra tackles, and here's a handoff on the outside and for a couple of yards near the 20. That's going to be a handoff. I thought they said Charlie Olson, 84. But whoever that was did not make my board this week. And it's going to be 2nd down and 5 for Elk River. Steve Hamilton, the head coach of Elk River, was under the weather most of the week, so had a hard time getting in contact with him to try to land all of our information for this week. But it does look like that's number 84, Charlie Olson, in the backfield. 2nd down and 5, and they're going to give it to him again, and this is actually number 34. 34 is Tommy Olson. Another guy who didn't make the board this week for Elk River, and he takes it ahead near the 32-yard line. Tell you what, there's very few things more frustrating as a broadcaster than a guy who doesn't make your board who gets the first 2 carries of the football game. And now it's going to be 1st down and 10 as Harris ducks in under center. 6:45 to go in the opening quarter. And Harris is going to give it 2nd man through and reaching across the 35. That's Carson Clefman, who's going to get about 6. And pretty much any time they get the ball into somebody's hands right now, it is moving forward, and that is a bad sign for Brainerd tonight. So it's going to be down in 4. Again, Clefman for absolutely no carries last week for Elk River, based on the stats that I was handed. 2nd down and 4, as Harris ducks in under center, and he's going to pull it away. No, this time he handed it off, and out across the 40-yard line, 41-yard line for Clefman. And it's going to be 3rd down at about a yard. So 3rd and 1 here for Elk River, and they are leading on Brainerd a little bit here. A lot of forward push, and as we talked about during our pregame show, forward push certainly is going to be something to keep your eye on tonight. And Harris is going to give it, and straight up the middle and breaking free is Gavin Schmidt, and he is going to score the game's first points for Elk River. That is going to be a 56-yard touchdown for Gavin Schmidt, and Elk River strikes first with 5:17 to go here in the opening quarter. So 56 yards away, Schmidt will score. And it looks like Elk River is going to go for two here. Three backs again behind Harris. As he ducks it under center, and he fakes. He's going to keep it, and Harris is trying to get free, and he's taken down. That's going to be Rowan Plested who brings him down. The two-point try, no good. And it's 6-0 Elk River, 5:17 to go here in the opening quarter. We will take a break here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. So Brainerd gets the football back, and they will take over out across the 20-yard line. Looks like about the 24 is where Barnum was stopped, and Brainerd's certainly going to need a big response here after the 56-yard touchdown run by Gavin Schmidt has gotten this thing started for Elk River. And Brainerd's going to have to keep up. I'm a little surprised Brainerd opted to punt on that 4th and 4 on their last drive. I don't think that is going to be conducive to keeping up with Elk River tonight. And motion into the backfield. Vanek, and it's going to hand it off to Barnum. And Barnum tripped up out across the 25. It'll be a gain of about 3. Second down and 5, so Nelson hands it off to Barnum. He gets a couple. And we'll call it second down and 7. 3 wide receivers for Nelson. Barnum alongside him. And he takes the snap, option to the right, tossed it out to Barnum. And Barnum trying to get outside across the 40, trying to get to the sideline, and he's chased down from behind. And I believe that's Clefman again. Nope, that is number 11. That is going to be Brody Thompson making the stop. So he runs him down out on the edge. But it's enough for a first down for Brainerd and moves the ball to the 46-yard line. They'll flip the formation around. And here's a draw to Barnum, and he gets taken down by the ankles, and Clefman is there again, the sophomore making his presence felt tonight. So a gain of just 1 for Barnum on that carry. And it's going to be second down and 9. And again, Brainerd's got to be able to stay in front of the sticks. Elk River 6, Brainerd nothing. Nelson going to hand it off to Barnum, and he gets sideswiped before he can get to the 50. It'll be a short gain and 3rd and long coming up now for Brainerd. These are the situations they do not want to be in today if they're going to sustain drives and keep the ball out of the hands of this Elk River offense. So 3rd and 7, ball just shy of midfield. 3:05 to go in the opening quarter. Nelson out of the shotgun, and looks like he's going to throw. Drops back, whips a pass out to the right, and not close, incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Davis out on the edge. Coverage was tight. 2 red jerseys in the vicinity, probably closer than Davis was to that pass. And now the punt team on for Brainerd. Aiden Carranza will do the punting, and still nobody back for Elk River. The deepest guy being Levi Harris. And Carranza's punt, sidewinder to the right. This one skips to the 20, takes a Brainerd hop inside the 10, and going to roll to a stop right inside the 1-yard line. So they down it inside the 1. So the special teams for Brainerd is able to flip the field. So that'll be a big challenge now for Elk River, backed up with over 99 yards between them and the end zone. Gavin Schmidt's 56-yard touchdown is the first scoring play of this game. It has put Elk River in front 6-0. So first down and 10, backed up inside their own 1-yard line. Harris under center, and he's going to give it up the middle, and not much there out across the 5, and the second effort is able to get a couple of yards near the 6. So it'll be a gain of about 5, but Brainerd had that stacked up pretty well. But a good second effort. Brings up 2nd and 5. Honestly, this is a little bit tough for me to see from here. They're backed up on the other side of the field. And, of course, this power tee is already a broadcaster's worst nightmare. Second down and 5. 3 backs again behind Harris as he ducks in under center. And he's going to give it 3rd man through. Nope, check that. And off to the races down the left sideline. And this is going to be a long touchdown run for Elk River. Braden Courage with a 94-yard touchdown run. And Elk River leads 12-0. Braden Courage had 3 long touchdown runs last week. His first touch tonight goes for 96 yards. Elk River will go for 2. Harris with Clefman, Courage in the backfield, and he's going to keep it rolling to his left. He's going to tuck it and try to run, and into the end zone for 2. And the 2-point try is good. It is a 14-0 lead for Elk River. $1:43 to go here in the opening quarter, and it has been all Elk River so far. 2 long touchdown runs, 56 yards from Gavin Schmidt, 96 yards from Brecken Courage. And Elk River in control early in this 5A football showdown. And Steve Hamilton in our pregame show, Game Time Live, which airs before our Fox 9 Game of the Week, talked about the fact that he didn't like the term target on their back, but Elk River firmly putting a target on their back right now. So they will kick it back away. Spencer Burgoon will kick it away back to Barnum. back deep, and I can't quite tell. I think it's Vanek, the other guy, back deep for Brainerd, but it is a 14-0 start for Elk River, and this is going to be Barnum again from inside the goal line, and this time they blow it dead. Now, I thought that was the rule in high school football, but the first time they did not blow it dead. First time they let it go, but they do blow it dead this time. Maybe it's something with, I don't know, needing 2 feet in the end zone or something. I'm not exactly sure the rule. No, I do not do any high school football officiating, so not entirely sure of all the ins and outs of the rules. Then you throw in 5 or 6 college games broadcasting every year, and the rules differ, and then you spend all Sunday watching the NFL. And Nelson's going to hand it off to Barnum. Barnum gets stacked up, bounces right, trying to get the edge, and does. Down the right sideline, near midfield, tripped up. Just shy of midfield. Looked like he may have stepped out around the 48-yard line. That's where they put the spot down. And Barnum picks up a big chunk. That's going to go for 28 yards on first down with 94 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the Warriors coming back to the line on 1st and 10. Snap goes to Nelson. Hand to Barnum straight ahead and nearly bursts through, but Clefman grabbed his ankle and brings him down for a gain of just 9. Clefman may have saved a bigger chunk play right there. So a gain of 9. Clock running towards the 1-minute mark here the first quarter. Three wide receivers for Nelson. 55 seconds to go first quarter. It's been all Elk River so far. And an option to the left. And Nelson's going to keep it. Tucks it up. First down run. And he's got it down to the 35-yard line of Elk River. So with the fact that Brainerd's defense has shown no ability to slow Elk River here in the first quarter, they are going to need to put points on the board. And so far they've had 2 drives, 2 punts. Trying to snap that streak here on this third offensive possession. 14-0 Elk River. Late stages first quarter. Nelson out of the gun, flanked by Barnum. Takes the snap on 1st and 10. And he's going to keep it around the right edge on the read option and dives ahead inside the 30, down to the 27, but there is a flag. So this is a flag in the area of Brainerd holding, and that's what the white hat is indicating. So holding against Brainerd. And that's going to back him up. So what should have been second down and about 3 is going to turn into 1st and 15. So that'll back up the Warriors. And that's going to wrap up the opening quarter. So we've got 1 quarter in the books. Elk River 14, Brainerd nothing. Tuned into the Fox 9 game of the week. Just don't worry about it. Just leave it. Just don't play it. We don't have ads right now. I got to try to figure that out at halftime. Okay.
I don't think there's enough time between the game night live and the real game.
No, there's not.
I mean, we don't only have 1 camera. Nobody's cameras. Built on leadership, integrity.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for Brainerd. They're going to hustle the line. They're going to put up that diamond formation and quads out on the left. They fling it out to Barnum. Avoids the first guy, but then goes down for a loss. It'll be a loss of 1. Stop made by Josh Shade. Out on the edge, so loss of 1 brings up now 2nd and 16. Brainerd in a 14-0 hole right now. And Elk River having their way with the Warriors on offense. And so far the defense has answered the call. 2nd and 16. Nelson out of the gun. Takes the shotgun snap. Spins to his right. Looking down the field. On the run. Fires it deep. Down the right sideline. Vanek bobbled it and made the catch at the 5. Isaac Vanek. An acrobatic catch in traffic down the right sideline. So that'll move the sticks. It's going to be 1st and goal for Brainerd. They're at the Elk River 5-yard line. Opening minute, 2nd quarter. Brainerd trying to answer the 14 points put up by Elk River. Nelson out of the gun, takes the snap, hands to Barnum. Nope, keeps it, and he's knocked out as he tries to spin out of traffic. And the stop made by Tommy Olson of Elk River, so a loss of about a yard or 2. And we have got an injury right now for Brainerd. So one of the Brainerd offensive linemen down right now. And getting some attention from the Brainerd athletic training staff. It is a 14-0 lead for Elk River. A 56-yard touchdown run by Gavin Schmidt. A 94-yard touchdown run by Brecken Karash. And it is right now a 14-0 lead. But Brainerd knocking on the door. They will have 2nd and goal from the 4 once the action resumes. And coming off the field right now is going to be big number 73, David Anderson. David Anderson is the starting left guard for the Brainerd Warriors, so he comes off. You hope that he will find his way back into this game. But backed up now after the loss of 2 on the run by Ty Nelson brings up 2nd and goal from the 7. 10:42 to go in the opening half. It's 14-0 Elk River. Twin wide receivers to the right side of Nelson. They'll flip the formation now. Jaden Barnum flanking him to the right. Snap to Nelson. Pressure off the edge. Hands to Barnum. He runs right there into the pressure and scores. Touchdown, Brainerd. The defensive end crashed, and it left a huge hole on the left side. And Barnum into the end zone for the first points of the day for Brainerd. And it is a touchdown for the Warriors, 14-6. They will try to add the point after. Sawyer Rifle will try to add the point after. He was 6 for 6 on PATs last week against Matamidi. Snap is good, spot is down, kick to the uprights is good, and it's 14-7. The lead for Elk River cut in half, 10:29 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Separated last week. Yeah, I don't think he had time to break them up. So
Logan needs to hire some people who can do some of this work. He can't keep spreading himself so thin.
it would be in getting the lists.
I was looking, I could not find it. Try
searching Fox now, maybe.
Brainerd has scored a 7-yard touchdown run by Jaden Barnum. And it's 14-7 Elk River. They're going to get the football back. Brainerd will kick it away. And this is going to back up into the end zone, and they're going to blow this one dead as Karash will not get a chance to return this. And Elk River is going to take it out to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Elks. They've had 2 long touchdown runs. Both touchdown runs have spanned more than half the field. A 56-yard touchdown run by Gavin Schmidt, a 94-yard touchdown run by Brecken Karash. And they jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and we'll find out if on this possession, if the broadcaster can figure out where the ball is. 1st and 10 as Levi Harris and company come back to the line. He's got those 2 tight ends that act as extra tackles, and he's going to put it in the stomach of the 3rd man through and out across the 25. That'll be a gain of about 6 yards. And that was Tommy Olson on that one for Elk River, so a gain of 6. It has been mostly Olson, Schmidt, and Karash in the backfield for Elk River. Second down and 4. And Harris is going to keep it, and Harris around the edge. Trying to cut back in, but he's knocked out near the 50. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this is likely in the area of holding against Elk River, so that's going to back him up and could inject some new life for Brainerd. So a holding penalty against Elk River. So instead of a first down out near midfield, the Elks are going to be faced with 2nd down and about 14 here. They're going to call it 14 on the scoreboard, so that's what we will say. 3 backs in the backfield along with Harris, and he gave it to the 1st man. And breaking free right up the middle. And there is a foot race inside the 30. Slips by and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dylan Rammert. So Rammert strikes from 80 yards away. And Elk River continuing the onslaught with long touchdowns. (56), 94, and now 80. And it's 20-7. And going for 2 and getting it right up the middle is Elk River. And it's now 22-7 with 9.5 minutes to go until halftime. Tell you what, it is almost impossible to tell who's got the football when the power T is run like Elk River's running it tonight. I mean, Levi Harris is a magician back there. And he has done a fantastic job of hiding the football from everybody, myself included. Nine and a half minutes to go in the first half. Elk River 22, Brainerd 7. And Elk River making a case here in the early going to be the #1 team in the state when the 5A football polls are released next week. And this kick is going to be fielded by Barnum. And Barnum out across the 25 and gets planted right there after a return of about 22 yards. Out to the 27, 8-yard line, depending on where the spot goes. They'll put it down at the 28-yard line, and that's where Brainerd will take over. Brainerd's touchdown run was a 7-yard touchdown run by Jaden Barnum. So 1st and 10, twin wide receivers to the right for Ty Nelson. Snap to Nelson on 1st down. He's going to swing it outside and caught by Vanek, and Vanek gets hit from the side and driven to the turf of the 34. It's going to be a gain of about 7, and the stop made by Austin Anderson. So a gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4. Second catch of the day for Isaac Vanek. Vanek last week had 3 catches for 38 yards in the 42-14 win over Matamidi. And Nelson's going to hand it off. Barnum's hit in the backfield and dropped. Paxton Freitag bursts through, and he'll get credit for the tackle for a loss. Via their own stats last week, Elk River had just 2 TFLs, one by Carson Clefman and one by Tommy Olson. And now it's going to be 3rd and 4. Some movement up front by the Elks, but they did not come across. And now Nelson's going to change the play clock at 12. 8:14 to go in the quarter. Nelson dropping back, setting up a screen. He flings it out to Vanek. He's got the football, and he's got the 1st down out across the 40. And out near the 43-yard line. So a fresh set of downs will keep the clock running once they set them up. By the way, Elk River is going to get the football to start the second half. So a big drive here from Brainerd, needing points, down 22-7. Just under 8 minutes to go. And here's one right down the middle. And on the seam, it's caught by Carranza. And Carranza takes it into Elks territory for a 1st down run, or 1st down catch and run to the 43-yard line. Nelson kind of slings that thing from the quarterback position, and that one right down the seam to the tight end Carranza. 1st and 10 at the Elk River 43-yard line. 7:20 to go. And the snap to Nelson. Option to the right. Nelson tosses to Barnum on the edge, and Barnum dives across some defenders and down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 7 for Barnum. So 2nd down and 3. Empty set. Nelson alone out of the shotgun. And Freed is going to take a timeout from the Brainerd sideline. So head coach Jason Freed's going to take his first timeout of this second quarter. It's 6:38 to go. And the Elks leading 22-7 here in the Fox 9 game of the week. No, don't take. Just leave it. Hey, remind them, too, they've got the score bug on the bottom. So,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Yeah, you guys keep in mind you have the graphic on the bottom. So you want to leave a little screen on the bottom, not on the top. And then, Ted, you can go as
Second down and about 3. And the snap goes to Nelson. Option to the left, trying to get the edge, and he's got it, and he's cut down right near the sticks. That was not necessarily probably the run that Nelson was hoping for there. So that'll move the ball now to the 32-yard line. Wide receivers to both sides. And Vanek motions across into the slot to the right. Snap to Nelson, hand to Barnum. Straight ahead run. Burst into the second level and taken down from behind inside the 15. Barnum with the big burst straight up the middle. And down to the 12-yard line of Elk River. We've reached the midpoint of the second quarter. 5:55 to go till halftime. Vanek again in motion across to the right side. Hand off to Barnum again. Same play up the middle, inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Brainerd. That's going to be a 13-yard touchdown run for Jaden Barnum, his second of the day. And the Warriors now down 9. They can make it a one-possession game with the extra point here. Sawyer Rifle was 6 for 6 last week. He's 1 for 1 so far today. Carranza puts the spot down. The right leg kick is good, and it is 22-14. So Brainerd trying to answer the explosive plays by the Elks, but the question is, can they get off the field on defense? We'll find out after this in the Fox 9 Game of the Week. Just lost the other camera. What happened? What? 5:42 to go until halftime. 22-14. Elk River the lead. They're going to get the football back. And again, they will get the football at the start of the third quarter. And here's an end-over-end boot that's going to take it inside the 5, but it's going to be returnable now. And towards the middle of the field is Gavin Schmidt, lowers his shoulder near the 30, and gets driven to the turf at about the 31-yard line. That's a return of nearly 30 yards for Gavin Schmidt. And Elk River is going to have it 1st and 10, but Brainerd is going to need to find a way to get off the field on defense. By the way, we're glad to have you along with us this week on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. Next week, we will be in Lakeville. Lakeville North at Lakeville South next Friday night. And we got movement up front from Brainerd. And that's going to be a flag as there was contact made with the center. In high school football, though, it doesn't matter. You come across the line and into the neutral zone, it is automatically an encroachment penalty. There is no such thing as in the NFL and college football. You can come across the line and get back. Actually, in college, I'm not sure what I don't remember if in college if it's immediately or not. I don't think it is. And here's a handoff to Schmidt. And Schmidt off the right side, out near the line to gain. Looks like he's going to be just short. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 1. Actually, that may have been Olsen. Well, they did move the chain, so it is going to be a 1st down. So 1st and 10, 41-yard line. Clock ticking towards 5 minutes. Harris under center, and he's going to keep it around the right side. And Harris is caught on the edge and tossed to the turf by Albert Karpa. But there is a penalty flag down as a couple of guys are tangled up back near the 30 on the numbers. Brainerd walking in the wrong direction right now, so we'll see what the call is here. Well, now Elk River's going that way as well, or their opposite way. It is going to be holding against Elk River, so a 10-yard penalty will bring up a repeat of first down. And it backs up Elk River to the 31-yard line. So these are the opportunities that Brainerd has got to take advantage of. The officials tonight are certainly not afraid to throw the flag when it comes to holding. Now Harris is doing something that you used to not be able to do in high school football, and that is go under center and then come back out. And here's a handoff up the middle this time, and pushing their way towards the 30. That's going to be Karash for Elk River. Brecken Karash carried the ball for just 10 times last week, but he ran for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. And now it's going to be 2nd down and about 16. So this is a huge play right here for Brainerd. You have to keep this at 3rd and long. And Harris is going to give it to Schmidt. And Schmidt, with all sorts of straight-ahead momentum, is going to push his way towards the midfield stripe. Schmidt is a tough guy to bring down. He's going to be awfully close to the first down. 6'1", 215 is Gavin Schmidt. He is a handful to bring down, and just like that, it goes from 2nd and 16 to 3rd and 1. And Harris and company quickly back to the line, but a timeout is called by Jason Freed of Brainerd to try to set things up before this 3rd and 1. And with the way Elk River's run the football, this almost certainly is going to be 4-down territory. They only need a yard. So they have put themselves in position tonight with the way they've run the football. Basically able to pick up a yard at will, barring a holding penalty. That's about the only thing that has hurt the Elks tonight. And when it has, it hasn't lasted long. Because they've been able to quickly get out of any holes they put themselves in. So 3rd down and a yard for Elk River. They just need the 49 of Brainerd. And they're going to give it to Schmidt. And Schmidt's got it and more as they try to stand him up to bring him back. The ball came out at the end, but they had already blown this dead. And Jason Freed is jumping around on the far sideline, and he's got a case, I think. I think the whistle came a little soon right there. Schmidt was running laterally, or at least trying to move laterally. He was not going backwards when that play was blown dead. He was going east and west. And that almost certainly would have led to a turnover, as there were all sorts of white jerseys around, but instead it's a 1st down for the Elks at the 46-yard line. And a handoff to Clefman off the right side, and Clefman takes it to the 41, a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Next week for Brainerd, they go to Sartell. Home against Moorhead on the 20th, at Alexandria on the 27th, home against St. Cloud Tech, at Bemidji, and then home against St. Francis on MEA Wednesday to wrap up the regular season for Brainerd. Second down and 6, and Harris waits in the backfield and hands it off to Schmidt, who just buries his shoulder and takes that one straight up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a first down. He just basically got that ball, tucked it, and went forward. But it's more than enough for the Elks tonight on offense. It'll move the sticks now to the 33-yard line of Brainerd with the game clock at 2:02 of the second quarter. So we are approaching halftime. And Harris is going to give it up the middle this time. And tripped up over the 30-yard line down to the 26 is Courage. And that time Harris had me fooled again. Harris has not had to do much himself on the ground tonight. Minute 25 left until halftime, and Elk River so far not in a hurry. They still have all 3 timeouts in their pocket, and Harris is going to give it to Clefman, and Clefman drilled from behind and taken down forward inside the 20. At the 18-yard line, the clock will stop while the chains reset. And the Elks are absolutely not in a hurry here. 3 timeouts. Potential of just one more first down before the end zone. We go under a minute now until halftime. And Harris keeps it on his back hip, trying to get the corner, and does. Down the sideline and into the end zone. Touchdown, Levi Harris. His first rushing touchdown of the game. And it's 28-14. He had 2 of them last week. This one goes 18 yards. And looks like they will go for 2. "50 seconds separating us from the halftime break. Courage, Clefman, and Schmidt in there. They're going to give it to Schmidt, and Schmidt gets stood up at the line and driven back. He's still up, though, and finally taken down. And it will be a failed 2-point conversion. So 28-14, the Elks with the lead. 50 seconds to go before halftime. .50 seconds left until the end of the first half. Elks up 28-14 right now. We have an update from the Eden Prairie Edina game. Edina's up 21-0 just before halftime. Here's Barnum taking it from inside the 5, trying to get to the edge on the left side, and he's taken down near the 35. 44 seconds left until halftime. 1 timeout left for Brainerd. All 3 timeouts remaining for Elk River. And 44 seconds separating us from the halftime break. Trip wide receivers to the right of Nelson. Nelson takes the snap, rolls opposite the trips, and going to sling this one down the sideline, and it's deflected in the air. There were all sorts of red jerseys around. They're lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Nelson did have one interception last week. He did not throw a touchdown. He threw for 155 yards, but did not throw a touchdown. 133 yards, excuse me. So second down and 10, 39 seconds left in the half. And the handoff goes to Barnum, bounces it out to the right. Nice move in space, trying to get back to the outside. Inside the 50 and down the near sideline. He's taken out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Elk River. So the clock stops with 30.8 seconds to go. Big chunk for Barnum there. And Brainerd coming back to the line again. They just have a single timeout remaining. Trips left for Nelson. Clefman showing blitz, doesn't come. Nelson out of the pocket, swings it out in the flat for Vanek. And Vanek's got the first down, and the ball is out, and Elk River's got it. With 21 seconds left in the half, they ripped it away from Vanek, and it was recovered by the quarterback and the safety, Levi Harris. They said Gavin Kearns recovered it on the PA system, but to me it certainly looked like that was Levi Harris. Oh no, it was Kearns. I thought that was number 2, but maybe it was Kearns who ripped it free. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Elk River. Movement by Brainerd. They did not come across. Again, 21 seconds left in the half, and the handoff goes up the middle this time. And nowhere to run that time. Timeout is called. It was Rammert who got the football. Did not have anywhere to run. And the first timeout for Elk River. Second down and 9 coming up. 15.2 seconds left in the opening half right now. They put the clock back at 16 seconds now. Second down and 9. We'll see if they try to throw it here. Harris has not attempted a pass yet. And he's going to drop back, rolls left, throws it out to the left side, and it's too tall for Gavin Schmidt. 10.5 seconds remaining. That does stop the clock here just before the break. Third down and 9. 10.5 seconds left till halftime. And Harris is going to give it up the middle. And lots of room for Karash. And he's gone. A disaster for Brainerd. And Karash takes it in on the final play of the first half. Brecken Karash with his second long touchdown run. 70 yards. from Karash, and it's 34-14. And Elk River is going to take a timeout here. Yes, a very important time to take a timeout. With a dominating 20-point lead at halftime before a 2-point conversion play. With no time left in the first half, when you're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So we'll have an untimed down here, obviously. It's a 2-point conversion, but it'll be the final play of the second quarter. Reckon Karash, a 70-yard touchdown run on the final play. So they're going to go for 2 here. And Harris is going to keep it, and he dances his way back towards the middle and in for 2 points. 36-14 is going to be your halftime score tonight here from Elk River. It has been all Elks here in the first half. They have dominated this one to a 36-14 advantage. And honestly, it's not really even that close. They lead this one by 22 as we go to the halftime break.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We're normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
As a family-owned business, LaFave Bulk Transport delivers exceptional reliability and personalized service. They treat every client like family, offering tailored transport solutions that larger companies can't match. With a dedicated team, top-notch equipment, and ongoing training, they ensure on-time, safe, and efficient deliveries. Rooted in the community, LaFave Bulk Transport supports local businesses and the local economy. Experience the personal touch and commitment to quality that only a family-owned company can provide. Contact LaFave Bulk Transport today at 763-286-0871.
Living here from West Bear Lake, I just sold my car online to Luther without leaving my house. I visited LutherAuto.com, clicked on We Buy, and within minutes I received an offer on my car. Their customer specialist helped me along the way. They picked up my car and even brought me my paperwork to sign. Thank you, Luther. Luther Direct. Selling your car just got easier. Learn more at LutherAuto.com.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
As a family-owned business, LaFave Bulk Transport delivers exceptional reliability and personalized service. They treat every client like family, offering tailored transport solutions that larger companies can't match. With a dedicated team, top-notch equipment, and ongoing training, they ensure on-time, safe, and efficient deliveries. Rooted in the community, LaFave Bulk Transport supports local businesses and the local economy. Experience the personal touch and commitment to quality that only a family-owned company can provide. Contact LaFave Bulk Transport today at 763-286-0871.
Lynn here from White Bear Lake. I just sold my car online to Luther without leaving my house. I visited LutherAuto.com, clicked on We Buy, and within minutes I received an offer on my car. Their customer specialist helped me along the way. They picked up my car and even brought me my paperwork to sign. Thank you, Luther.
Luther Direct. Selling your car just got easier. Learn more at LutherAuto.com.
36-14, Elk River in front, and it looks like the two teams lined up on the wrong side to start the second half. So they will flip sides, and we will get this second half underway here from Elk River High School. Steve Linsmeyer with you on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. Next week, we are in Lakeville. It is Lakeville South. It is Lakeville North. That will be our next matchup here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. 2 weeks from now, we go to Hutchinson. It'll be Becker at Hutchinson 2 weeks from tonight here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. You can check out our game time, I just want to say game night, Game Time Live pregame show, which begins on GameTimeMN.com at 5:30 each Friday night. Myself, Kirsten Krull, and Randy Shaver, the legend, will join us for our pregame show, hosted by Randy, and Kirsten and I just stand there and try to look good. So Elk River will get the football back, and this is booted deep right near the end zone. It's going to be fielded inside the 5, and Harris takes it up the right side across the 20 and out near the 24-yard line. So Harris and the Elks have the football thrown 24-yard line, and they have scored tonight with relative ease. They've got touchdown runs of 94, 56, 70, 18, and 80. Are there 5 touchdowns tonight as they get ready for their first drive here of the third quarter. See if Brainerd can make a stop here. Of course, the big backbreaker was the final play of the second quarter, a 70-yard touchdown run by Brecken Karash. And Davis is going to give it to Harris, is going to give it to Schmidt. And Schmidt's going to get it out near the 30, a gain of about 5. It'll be less than 5. We'll call it 2nd and 6 here. So 2nd down and 6. For Elk River. Leading this one right now by 22. And Harris is going to pass. Floats one down the middle, wide open, as Schmidt catches it midfield. And he is off to the races, and he is gone. Touchdown, Elk River. The first pass of the night goes for a 70-yard touchdown. So they continue to strike for big plays. They only have one touchdown that's less than 55 yards. And they lead this 42-14. They will go for two and try to make it a 30-point advantage. And Harris is going to give it up the middle and pushing his way towards the goal line. I can't quite see who's got it at the bottom of the pile for Elk River. The Elk River offensive line seems to think he has it. The officials are together. No indication either way yet. And they are going to give him the 2 points. So 2 more for Elk River. Now 44-14. The lead is 30 for the Elks, and that did not take them long. Just a quick 53 seconds to score. And we kind of talked about this on the pregame show. Most teams that run an offense like this, you think, okay, if they play from behind, they're probably in trouble. But when you can score as quick as Elk River, it does not seem to be much of an issue. Well, they have put up 44 points in 2 consecutive games. They scored 44 last week against the defending champs from Chanhassen. But they still have 23 minutes and change left in this one. And here's a kick towards Barnum, and he's going to feel it inside the 5. Barnum across the 10 to the 20, left sideline, and he's cut down right near the 25-yard line. So the Warriors will come back to work. 11:02 to play in the third quarter. And in a big 30-point hole right now. There is a block in the back penalty against the Warriors as well, so that's going to push him back. It's going to move him to about the 10-yard line. That penalty flag came down right near the 10, or the 20, so they move him back to the 10. And it's 1st and 10 now for Elk River. Vanek motions across. He'll be the slot on the right. And Nelson's going to give it to Barnum. Nice move. Takes a hit. Plunges forward. Short of the 20. He's going to get about 8. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Second and 2 here for the Warriors. They will hurry to the line here a little bit. Down 30, and if they're going to mount any sort of comeback, it's going to need to happen quickly. And Nelson's going to keep it, and Nelson's going to go down. That was Clefman again, who has made his presence felt all evening. Makes another big stop there, and a loss of about 5. And it's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 for Brainerd. So the first 2 minutes of the second half has gone about as well as they could have for Elk River. They scored 2 touchdowns in just 63 seconds of game time, spanning the 2 halves, and now a screen set up. Barnum's got it, and Barnum trying to get outside, and he's got the first down across the 20. Trying to angle that one towards the far sideline, but got tripped up. But it will be enough for a first down, so that will move the chains and keep the clock moving as we approach the 9.5-minute mark. Of this third quarter. Our Fox 9 game of the week from Elk River will be in Lakeville next week. Here's Vanek in motion. Nelson takes the snap, gives to Barnum. Barnum with a nice move in the backfield, gets stood up and swallowed up. He got stood up and everybody else followed suit. It'll be a short gain for Barnum, maybe a yard or two, depending on the spot. Looks like they'll give him about a yard and a half here, so we won't quite call it 2nd and 8. Well, they're going to put 2nd and 8 on the scoreboard. That's what we'll call it. 2nd out and 8. Three wide receivers. And Vanek in motion. Snap goes to Nelson. He's looking to throw and sets up and whips one down the middle over the top of everybody and incomplete. So that will bring up a 3rd down now. Snap goes to Nelson, spins out, hands it off to Barnum on the counter. Barnum picks it up off the turf after a fumble, and then he goes down back inside the 20. So that's going to be a loss on the play, and the Brainerd punt team's going to come out with just over 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Elk River is going to get the football back. Elk River is in control. And Harris drifting back now. They will send somebody back to return this punt. And it's a good one. And it's going to land inside the 40. Take a big Brainerd hop all the way inside the 20. And going to be down near the 16-yard line. 17-yard line is where they'll put the spot down. That was a great punt. Aiden Carranza, one of the wide receivers for Brainerd, is also the punter. And he booted that one. So the ball will be at the 17-yard line. Again, Elk River's 18-yard touchdown run is their shortest touchdown of the day. Everything else is 55+. And they've got 44 points. So they have scored 6 touchdowns, 5 of which have been 56 yards or more. And we've got movement. Finally, Brainerd came across. That has not been... Brody Thompson, by the way, is the quarterback here. So Brody Thompson takes over. The junior takes over for Levi Harris, who has led Elk River to 44 points here. And the Elks firmly in control with 7:40 to go in the 3rd. And a handoff up the middle and pushing his way across the 30 and out near the 35-yard line. That was Freitag who got that carry. So Freitag picks up a first down for Elk River. And, man, I'll tell you what, the power tee tonight has been a disaster for the broadcaster. It is impossible to tell who's got the football. 1st and 10 as Thompson ducks it under center, and he gives it first man through. And a gain of about 3. Can't quite tell who that is yet. Coming off the bottom of the pile. It's Dylan Rammert who got the carry there for Elk River. Gain of about 3. Second out and 7. As Thompson comes back under center, he's got 3 guys in the backfield along with him. Looks to the sideline. Play clock at 3. He'll duck back under center, take the football, and hand it off up the middle. This is Sass. And Sass near the line to gain, gets pushed forward. We'll see if they give it to him. Jagger Sass with his first carry, one of the juniors for Elk River. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the line to gain. It'll be third and less than a yard. Third down and less than a yard. Five and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. Thompson ducks it under center and hands it off on the right side run. That's going to be Austin Anderson. He'll take it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. That'll move the chains. And at this point, Elk River is just in kill the clock mode. Time is on their side, leading this one by 30. So for Elk River next week, they go to St. Francis. Then they get Andover at home. That's a rematch of the section championship game from last year. Andover won that 65-32. And here's a handoff to Sass again, and he takes it across midfield and lowers the shoulder out near the 45. Second down and more than 2, but less than 3. September 27th, Elk River's at Sauk Rapids Rice. October 4th, they are home against Rogers. October 11th at Cambridge Isanti, and they end the season on MEA Wednesday at home against Alexandria. And here's a handoff around the left edge this time, enough for a first down. And that is Freitag again. Paxton Freitag, one of the juniors for Elk River, picks up the first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily as they move the sticks. All due respect to St. Francis, you've got a runaway locomotive coming to town next week. The Andover game in 2 weeks should be another good test for Elk River as they cement their status as the number 1 team in the state here tonight. And they hand it off up the middle this time. That was Ben Hickman, I believe, number 6. And that is Ben Hickman, one of the seniors. Gets a gain of about 4. Now we'll call it 3. Second down and 7. So far we only have the next 2 weeks lined up for our Fox 9 game of the week. Next week at Lakeville South, it'll be North versus South, a crosstown rivalry game. And Thompson's going to keep it, trying to get around the right side, and he lowered the shoulder. He delivered the hit there. Thompson's only going to get a couple, but he comes back to the huddle fired up after laying the hit there. And then 2 weeks from tonight, it is Hutchinson and Becker. I believe that one is in Hutchinson 2 weeks from tonight. And after that, it is a play-it-by-ear scenario. We'll see how it all shakes out. Try to bring you the best games every week here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. 2:22 remaining here in the third, and Elk River did not get this snap off on third down. So a delay of game is going to be whistled against Brody Thompson and the Elk River offense. Couple scores from around 6A tonight. Edina leads Eden Prairie 28-7. That's late in the third quarter. Minnetonka up 28-7 on Wayzata. Maple Grove has doubled up Champlain Park 28-14. Here is 3rd and 1. And a handoff up the middle. And not much there on 3rd and long. But man, I'll tell you what, the trickery here from Elk River has everybody mixed up. Forest Lake leads Eastridge 14-10. That is at halftime. Buffalo 21, Hopkins 6. That's at halftime. Egan leads Rochester Mayo 29-7. St. Michael Albertville leads Anoka 17-12. That's midway through the third. Lakeville North over Rosemount 17-14. That's at halftime. Blaine 16, Centennial 13. That's at halftime. And here's 4th down. And Thompson's going to keep it, trying to get the edge. And he's going to have the first down as he takes it through a couple of defenders and down to the 31-yard line. And that'll move the sticks. And it's an Elk River first down. Roseville Eastview is 6-3 at halftime. Park of Cottage Grove leads Burnsville 21-0. And Lakeville South 36, Farmington 22. That is late in the third quarter in that one. Elsewhere in 5A, a final score. Armstrong beat Humboldt 44-0. Here's 1st and 10 for Thompson and the Elks. And Thompson's going to give it up the middle this time. I believe that's Freitag on the carry. And nowhere for him to go. He'll get a half yard if that. Mankato East 27, Apple Valley 0. Spring Lake Park 13, St. Francis 0. That's at halftime. Two Rivers leads Hastings 35-14. Mankato West 21, Andover 21. That's a big one. That's in the fourth quarter already in Andover. Or excuse me, that is at Mankato West. Sauk Rapids Rice leads Sartell 16-12. That's late in the first quarter or first half. Moorhead 27, Rogers 0. That's in the second half. Alexandria 21, Monticello 0. That's at halftime. And here's another straight handoff. And nowhere to go up the middle for just a couple there. The Elk River coach is not happy with the extracurriculars, their quarterback getting tossed down, but sometimes when you carry out those fakes, as long as Elk River does, things like that happen. We are at the end of the third quarter. It is 44-14, a 30-point lead for Elk River as we go to the final 12 minutes here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. First play of the fourth quarter. The Elks up by 30. And here's a straight ahead run and right through the middle and into the end zone. Lars Nelson for Elk River. And it is now half 100 for Elk River. It's 50-14. Lars Nelson with I believe a 28-yard touchdown run. And we will get a 2-point conversion try by the Elks. And that should put us into running time. Actually, we're going to get an extra point attempt. Snap a little low, and this kick is a line drive into the line. And it is a 36-point lead right now for Elk River. 11:53 left here in the fourth. The Elks in control and staring a 2-0 start in the face. They were 4-7 a year ago, but they have absolutely dominated tonight. $11:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. A 50-14 lead for Elk River. As I said, 4-7 just a year ago, but this team brought a lot of pieces back from last year. They learned a lot. Levi Nelson, of course, the quarterback, was hurt early in the year, did not return, and that sort of derailed their season a bit. And a line drive kick that skips off the turf into the waiting arms of Vanek near the 10. And trying to get outside, he's taken down. That actually, I think, may have been Chad King. Yes, I apologize. That is Chad King on the return. Just short of the 30-yard line. 28, it looks like they'll put it down. In motion across is Maverick Badeau, and they hand it off up the middle for about a yard or so. Not much there. Ty Nelson remains in the game. Did not see Barnum. That was Henry Goodwin who got that carry, so Barnum's night likely done. Don't want to put any extra miles on him, any extra hits. You're down by 36 in the fourth quarter. And they'll send motion across. Snap goes to Nelson. And back in on the handoff on the counter. And this goes to Dylan Haar, who just finds a couple up the middle. Not much there. Three wide receivers, and the snap goes to Nelson, looking left, swings it out into the flat, and bounces it short of its intended target, incomplete. And now we're going to timeout called by Brainerd with 10:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, they're not going to punt it. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. Snap to Nelson. And it's drop and a throw onto the flat. Catch is made just shy of the 40. right near the 40-yard line. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. 50-14. Trips to the left. And the snap goes to Nelson. Straight drop. And he dances out of the pocket, but he's sacked before he can get away. Alex Jensen with the sack. And it's going to be a loss of 10. It'll bring up 2nd and 20. Trips to the left, single wide receiver to the right. Nelson out of the gun, takes the snap. Quick drop, sets up, fires the middle, and too tall for King across the middle. It's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 20. So 3rd and very long here for Brainerd. No motion, King across. 4 wide receivers in the formation. And the snap to Nelson on 3rd down and long. And he floats one to the right side. Catch is made. Turns the corner up the sideline and out of bounds with a first down is Carranza. And that'll be a gain of about 24 yards and a first down. First and 10, 48-yard line of the Elks. 8:12 to go here in the 4th. Snap to Nelson. Looking to throw. Again, floats one down the middle. Looking for King. He makes the catch. And inside the 15, he's taken down near the 12. Looks like they'll put it the 14-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 14-yard line. And the snap goes to Nelson, but a flag and a false start. Okay, here's my gripe to the Minnesota State High School League if anybody's watching or listening tonight. We've got to fix running time in high school football. Either don't have it or run it for regular dead balls like penalties and 2-point conversions and extra points. Snap goes to Nelson, and he's going to wind up, throws this one to the right side and over the head of its intended target, nearly intercepted out there in the right flat, and it's incomplete. So it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Now, I ref a lot of high school basketball in the winter, a lot of varsity games, and the only time the clock stops in running time scenarios is on a timeout. Does not stop on free throws, does not stop on the ball out of bounds, obviously. This is thrown to the middle and a catch for Carranza, and he'll get about 6 yards. And I don't know if it's the clock operators around. It seems like it's officiated differently pretty much everywhere I'm at, the running time scenarios. I don't know if it's the clock operators' lack of awareness of what's happening or what, but it's one of those things that seems uneven at times across the state of Minnesota. 3rd down and 10. 4 wide receivers for Nelson. We have just about hit the midpoint of the 4th quarter. Nelson's going to throw. Pressure, but he floats this one towards the left side, and Carranza has it go through his hands. Incomplete. Coverage was tight. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So big 4th down here for Brainerd. So now a timeout called by Brainerd before a 4th and 10 play with 5:38 remaining. The Warriors down 50-14. Fourth down and 10 for Ty Nelson and the Warriors. Blitz coming, and he's going to turn this one loose to the left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Out of the reach of its intended target. And Elk River will take over on downs with 5:30 to go here in the 4th. And see, this is what I mean. I don't know why the clock is stopped in these scenarios. If you're going to do running time, run the clock. All due respect to the JV guys that are getting in here in the second half, but they've got their own game. 5:30 to go here in the 4th, 50-14. And we have our 3rd new quarterback for Elk River. And a handoff straight up the middle. Aaron Skogquist is the new quarterback. It'll be a gain of about 6 on that. Well, it looks like 5 on that first carry, so we'll say 2nd and 5. Skogquist under center, and he turns around, hands it off to the second guy through, and pulling tacklers with them is Archie Smith. And Smith is going to get about 4 yards, and we've got a stoppage here, a injury. Got a Elk down at around the 15-yard line. With 4:40 to go here in the 4th, it's going to be 3rd and 1 when action resumes again. Third down and 1, 4:40 to go here in the 4th. Steve Linsmeyer with you from Elk River. This is the Fox 9 game of the week. We have game number 3 of the season coming up next Friday night. And they hand it off to the second guy through, and enough for a first down for Elk River. They'll move the sticks. The Elk River student section doing a "I believe we just won" chant, and actually led by a bunch of the Elk River starters. If I'm Steve Hamilton, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. There's a handoff up the middle. I mean, if your student section wants to do it on their own, great, but if I'm watching 7 of my starters go over and lead an "I believe we just won" chant when there's still 3.5 minutes left in the game, I don't think I'm feeling very good about that one, regardless of the fact that you're up 36 points here with 3:20 to go. 2:10 remaining. Or 3:10 remaining, excuse me. Second down and 10. And the handoff went straight up the middle that time. And out near the line to gain. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. It is. They'll move the sticks with under 3 minutes to play. First and 10, 2.5 minutes left. Elk River salting away a 36-point victory tonight. And second man through, straight up the middle and out near the 45. It'll be a gain of 7. Gain of 7 brings up second out and 3. Second down and 3. 1:45 remaining. And the handoff again goes up the middle for a gain of 5. Maybe just into Elk River territory. That was Caleb Healy, number 33. First and 10, 49-yard line of the Warriors. Elk River has to snap it probably just one more time. That's going to be close. Might have to snap it a second time. They are going to line up in the victory formation here. And yes, they had a guy going forward to the snap, but no, the officials are not going to throw a flag on that one here in the final minute. But it is going to be a dominating win tonight for Elk River. They had touchdown runs in this game of 94, 80, 70, 2 of 70, one a catch, one a run, a 56-yard run, an 18-yard run, and a 30-yard run. And they hung 50 tonight on Brainerd. That will be your game's final snap. The final score tonight is going to read Elk River 50, Brainerd 14. The Elks struck quickly, and they did not look back tonight as they have cemented their place as the likely number 1 team in the state when the first poll comes out next week. And the potential team to beat in 5A with a 50-point effort tonight against Brainerd. They will go to St. Francis next week, and all due respect to St. Francis, a runaway locomotive is on their way. And Elk River, a dominant performance tonight, and in the driver's seat moving forward here in 5A. For Brainerd, they go to Sartell next Friday night. Their next home game will be Friday, September 20th, when they take on the Moorhead Spuds. That is going to do it for us tonight from Elk River. For my entire crew, Steve Linsmeyer saying so long. We will see you next Friday night in Lakeville. Lakeville North versus Lakeville South. Don't forget to check out our Game Time Live pregame show beginning at 5:30 on GameTimeMN.com. we will have the Lakeville South versus Lakeville North game here on the Fox 9 YouTube channel beginning at 7 o'clock next Friday night. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week in Lakeville.